Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. I am Isaac. Sitting next to me on my what would be your left is Luke. Everyone. Joe is sitting across from us. Soon, Niki will be Niki Frenchko. Might be sitting in that seat where Joe's at.
Polymarket has it 70%. We gotta.
I'd say 70-30. Polymarket's correct. 70-30% chance.
Yes.
She shows up with I'd think Polymarket 80% chance she's late.
80% chance she's
maybe
late.
up to a half hour.
I'm gonna say 90% she's late.
You think? You think
oh, that's got to be pushing.
Watch your text messages because I want to know if she says, "Hey, I gotta grab coffee," or "I'm on my way," or anything like that. So
she was texting me and calling me last night
over and over and over.
She called me once, texted me a bunch of times.
This isn't good.
But maybe she's excited. I hope she's excited.
I'm in a bad emotional state right now.
You're grumpy today.
I'm grumpy.
Why have you been?
I'm tired.
You didn't wake? Did you not get good sleep?
No,
last night
I just
you were excited,
just
like Santa, like
woke up.
Christmas night.
No, I woke up in a bad mood. Like I'm already arguing with you on the phone on the way over here about work. Like
the thing is, though, like we argue, but like
it's not arguing.
You get all worked up. Like it's not arguing.
It's not arguing.
You're just frustrated.
D
says cool flex.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Do you guys have anybody that drunk calls you anymore?
No.
I got a weird text last night from somebody that wanted to remain anonymous and was like texting me about stuff we've talked about on the show.
What was it? What were they talking about?
They sent me a video. They sent me a Facebook video. They said don't name drop me, but I didn't know their name, so I can't name drop.
What were they
them.
sending videos of?
They sent me a video of a guy opening the blinds, and it's like, this is what every white guy thinks is happening when you open the blinds, and it's like 4 people sitting outside in lawn chairs, like watching in their house. because of the thing we talked about.
So somebody's joking around with
yeah. No, but
what's the number? Let me see. Do I know the number?
No, I don't. It's just a random number. I'll show you after the show. But Sarah says, do you need me to bring you a pen? No, we have a pen. We're going to take notes today. What position is Niki Frenchko running for?
She's running for, it is the 14th district. So is that's a house, federal house seat?
It's north. It's
State House.
State House seat.
It's north of us, right?
It's
up in
like
Warren?
northern Warren all the way up to the lake.
Okay.
Which is where I think she's from.
Which we don't really have a lot of impact up there. So this will be interesting to see if you have people north of us tuning in.
I don't know.
But other than the other Niki Frenchko drama that's happened in the past.
Do us a favor, share this. Now I do want to go over some things.
We're going to talk about boundaries. We're going to talk about rules today, ladies and gentlemen.
If she shows up, because I don't think she is, but if she shows up, she is our guest. Okay. This studio is basically our house. When we have people over to our house, even though you have a history with people, you argue with people, you have to be respectful. I'm going to do my best to be respectful. I would say out of the 3 of us here, I probably have the shortest fuse. I think that is probably fair.
What's Polymarket on him holding that
Polymarket? So the thing is, and she's done this to me too in the past. She's going to slightly warp something to insult you. And in your mind, if you beat yourself up in your own mind, the fuse will be lit and you're going to lose your freaking mind.
I'm going to be nice to her. We all have a history.
Everybody in the comments is going to be nice to her.
They're not going to be nice.
We're going to be we are going to be cool. We are going to be calm. We are going to be collected, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not
ask a good question.
We are not going to talk or ask questions about her family issues, personal issues, or that kind of stuff. And you people know, I know there's rumors all over about all kinds of stuff, and maybe some of it's true, and all of you have all these list of stuff she's done to her family and family's done to her.
Is she going to call 911 if you annoy her?
Yes, exactly.
Are we allowed to talk about that? We're allowed to talk about
probably
that, right?
not. But we're not going to talk about that stuff. Okay. If you ask a question, we're not going to read it. So just know that. And this isn't us being soft. Okay. You of all people know we are not soft. However,
but we're not going to have somebody on here just insult them.
Yeah, we're not going to insult them until
in all of your interviews. I would tell you the Luke on the phone and not in person is harsher than when you're in front of someone. You teddy bear a little.
100% I do.
Yeah,
100% I do.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give if she does show up, you got to give her credit. For coming in here.
You are nicer, and I feel like I ask tougher questions and I don't back down. Especially with the politicians.
I'm 100% nicer than you are.
Yeah.
Because I look at it like there are guests here. It's like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to stick to it. I'm
willing.
I disagree. I'm going to argue about it.
100%. Right? But I'm willing to listen to their side.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. There only 4 likes so far. If you could, please go down below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a heart or whatever. Also, are we going to keep the phone lines open today for people to call in?
Oh boy,
or no?
You can do whatever you want to do. They're on right now.
You know what? So. The phone lines will be open. You can call in down below. Joe is
second you say something rude or ignorant to about family, friends, or anything else, you're gone.
330-595-1600.
And I know, I'm sure of the 150 people watching right now, I know some of you probably have issues with her from work. I assume Trumbull County's tuning in right now, like the people that like the fighting and all that other stuff.
Youngstown Pizza Reviews says Luke nicer, yes. Uglier, yes as well.
Hey Jeremy, you should be careful commenting. There's probably a lot of people from Warren in here.
Kelly said, don't forget she said Isaac was a liar. See, that's the thing. She did. I remember the phone call, and I remember the interesting thing, Kelly, was I remember talking to her on the phone, and I pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, first things first, are you recording this conversation? Like, I don't care if you are, but like, can you just let me know? She's like, no. And she's like, are you recording this conversation? I'm like, no. And then she goes on, and I forget what we were talking about exactly. But yeah, and then we talked about we had a good, interesting conversation, and then we get her on the phone lines in here, calls me a liar, and says she was recording the conversations. Are we getting a promo code for her website watching? I told her yesterday on the phone, like, hey, can we bring it up on the website? And she's like, have you seen my website? I'm like, no, I'm not paying. I'm not donating. I didn't buy for it. I just went to the front. I'm not going to give her money, but no, I did too, but I'm not donating.
So I talked to someone last week who did go and did pay to see what it was. Now, I don't want to do any spoilers, and I don't want to say who actually did this. This person who had appreciation for the marketing.
Yeah, of course,
100% for that. And I don't want to ruin it by saying what it is that's behind the paywall.
I have like a personal thing though where I'm never paying for an OnlyFans ever. It's the same thing as like I'm never paying.
Why would you pay for OnlyFans? You just get it on Pornhub for free,
right? But no, the other thing is
shut down in Ohio.
No, nothing. Nothing I've heard.
You have no idea. You've heard.
I've heard. Somebody told me.
Be an adult. Use a VPN, Joe. Come on.
Colorado has a very open VPN, by the way.
Also, Xvideos is still going, and they have a built-in VPN. So.
I don't know any of the X. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I thought Ohio shut that shit down. I didn't know.
Daniel says, "Are we getting a promo code?" Oh, yeah.
She destroyed some lives, and I understand that. You know, so like Kelly, he was knee. I don't want to say knee deep in Niki Frenchko. That sounds weird, but
yes,
he was knee deep in it up there, and there were people like she went after, sued and all kinds of stuff, and I don't agree with some of the stuff she did to the people that were coming into the meetings, to the people that were, like I think she sued somebody for like stalking.
Do you remember that? Like about that stuff though, right? Like
she's gonna flip if you do.
I want to.
You have to talk about the past to get to where we are now. You have to, like, as a politician, you can't just sit there and ignore what you've done in the past.
I think she's going to come in here and it's going to be great.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to be on the couch during this or in the back room. I think I'm going to go in the back room while you guys are doing it.
You can sit in the cup chair.
Clue number 3 drops today at noon for the Newton Falls Treasure Hunt, Joe.
Cool.
Let's go.
Can you go over our advertisers or our sponsors?
Yeah.
We got to do that before she comes on because I have a feeling we're not going to be able to
BJ, let's pull up some sponsors. We have 2 sponsors in the top right corner of the screen right now. We officially have 5 sponsors. Let's go to our newest sponsors, which is Car Culture in Warren. Car Culture in Warren, talking to their owner, Jimmy. I've known him for a very 5 years now, since we started the podcast. He's always been an OG fan. He runs a car dealership up in Warren.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah. And he called me and he said, listen, guys, I want to be on an advertiser for when Niki Frenchko comes on. I think this is going to be amazing. Let me go to his,
and he is a good dude. Like I've gotten to talk to him a couple times.
He called in one time, right? Did he call in?
He called in about the
Jimmy Deuce.
Where is the Joe? I'm like out of it today. Luke BJ, there it is. So, oh,
dude, somebody asked what you did. I know nothing about her, so I'm going in fresh. Oh my god, I need a brief rundown.
It's gonna be great.
She was Mahoney
Carter. We are not putting Malloy and Frenchko in a room together. That would be wrestling.
She was a Trumbull County Commissioner. Google it, and then you just Google her name, and you're gonna go. Oh my god.
Okay, back to our sponsor, Car Culture. Car Culture is the area's premium pre-owned dealership. It's located in Trumbull County, right on 422. They managed to be Ohio's highest rated dealership for 7 years in a row now.
Dang.
He is a genuinely good dude who runs a genuinely good company, and they tell you how it is, and they're honest, which in today's day and age is unheard of for a car dealership. They offer a wide selection of highly serviced pre-owned vehicles, 40 different lenders for all of your financing needs, and a full service department to take care of maintenance and repair for all makes and models. Whether it's sales or service, there's no need to be nervous. Car Culture is comfortable car buying. So go check them out. Also, next up, we got to go to Sonner Solutions. If you would, BJ. Sonner Wildlife Solutions. There's his phone number right there, 330-980-1572. Sonner's awesome. He offers you wildlife removal of your property, of your investment, commercial, residential, whatever. I have personally used him to remove or stop bats from getting into one of my listings. He came in, he cut off all access points, blocked up all access points. He removed any guano, bat poop, from the attic, and he sprayed antibacterial, and he did it for a totally reasonable price. So Sonner rules, super nice guy too, on top of having an awesome business. And yeah, we trust him as one of our awesome sponsors. Next up, Menchie's. Can we go to Menchie's, please? Joe? Okay, Menchie's. There's me and Luke serving up frozen yogurt in Menchie's.
I love being Butters.
I'm Butters. I'm Butters.
You're definitely Butters.
I'm Butters.
You're totally Butters.
But check out Menchie's frozen yogurt, our OG sponsor, our first sponsor ever, locally owned. They are awesome. They have a wide variety in Boardman. They have a wide variety of seasonal flavors out now that you can go check out. I'm sure we're going to get back into the best seasonal flavors of the year, which is watermelon, blueberry, strawberry, lemon. So those gross. Are the best seasonal flavors right around the corner. No, but chocolate is year-round flavor.
It's so good.
But seasonally speaking, summer flavors.
Me and the boys went in there. So it's 20% off too if you say the MLO Bros.
Name drop the MLO Bros. We had friends reaching out to us yesterday saying, hey, if I go in there and actually say the MLO Bros, is it going to work? Or are you just messing with me? No, they went in there. They said, hey, the MLO Bros sent me, and they got 20% off of frozen.
It's a big discount.
That's awesome.
It's a big discount.
Yep. And they said it was packed, probably because of our awesome sponsorship and us talking about them.
What's funny was we were in there, me and the boys, Maggie was gone and Lucas were gone. So me and the two younger ones went there on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
It was packed. Like there was a line. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, dude. Menchie's
crazy.
Menchie's is taking off.
Bumping.
Froyo is picking up in the spring. And then we have two other sponsors too.
This is advertising. We're gonna have to figure something out. This is a lot.
we gotta keep going before Niki gets here.
Yeah, those of you listening, we got about 11 minutes before Niki Polymarket says they're going to show. And so we're getting these ad reads out of the way. So you as listeners, this is what makes this show possible. So thank you for sitting through it.
That is such a radio comment you just made right there.
You make this possible.
Like sponsors like
you.
I've done radio.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. That was like PBS. That was like the PBS thing. Like sponsors like you.
Sponsors like you. Where's a badge
of
honor?
Next one.
Hey, BJ, can you pull up our
he's waiting on you, BJ.
Our next
You're going to trigger his...
Can you pull up our next sponsor?
We're going to have to start going earlier and just
there
like
symbolic.
We're going to have to start at 8:15 to start getting all our
symbolic creations.
done.
Maybe we could do like video where we record it so that we can just play it.
No, it has to be live. It has to be a live.
Symbolic creations. He specializes. Symbolic
in
creations
OnlyFans photos.
Specializes in
OnlyFans.
wedding photography.
Oh, not OnlyFans.
Not OnlyFans, wedding photography. But he has said he will do anything.
Anything.
Words out of his mouth. He will take pictures of anything. So if you do technically, I'm going to have him help us out with our real estate photography, wedding photography, OnlyFans photography. We're going to take feet pics and sell them on the internet.
He didn't. You said I had cankles.
Symbolic creations will take pictures
of my
anything.
cankles.
Of your cankles, yes. That was a serious cank. It was like there was no ankle,
dude,
just like straight.
Look
leg.
at
it. Looked like an extension.
Look at that one. Look at that one, and then look at this one.
Here, get that bad boy up here, dude.
Look at the difference. Let me see it. Okay, so this is my good one.
Okay, this is your good one.
This is my good one. Look at it.
Look, that is a thick ankle, dude. That's just straight.
No. But look, right now, look at this one. Look at this. This is even worse. Look at that. Dude, look at from all my basketball injuries. Look at my ankle.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to film your cankles, oh, dude, it's cracking. Why is it cracking? If you want to film your ankles, call Symbolic Creations. They will take pictures of your cankles, and you can sell them on the internet.
I have sprained my ankles, probably both of them, I would say 20 times. Of like 40 times total over the life of my.
Oh, there's a discount too. He's in the comments right now. Emmanuel Symbolic.
There's a discount?
In the comments. There is a discount. I believe, I don't want to misspeak. I can't remember, Emmanuel. You help me out. Is it 10 or
100% off?
Is it 10 or 20% off?
If you show your cankles.
if you shout out, he was jealous of the Menchie's discount. And he said the Menchie's discount was doing so much. He wants an MLO discount himself. So he said, if you mention the MLO Bros in your booking,
Niki's here.
She's early.
Okay, last one. BJ, bring up our last sponsor. Water. Simmons Water and Construction is our last sponsor. As Nikki's walking through the door, they're the best. They'll help you out with any type of or residential, commercial water, anything you need. Call them for all of your water needs. And awesome sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsoring. We appreciate you. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Oh, good. This is great. Sit down. She's here. I was a little nervous because I've never met you in person.
Like Christmas nervous or like
a little bit of both. But Isaac, we've talked a lot of shit about her.
It's all right.
If it makes you feel any better, everybody talks shit about us too. So
totally
welcome to the club.
All right. So everybody, we gotta fix the camera. Is T off? All right. So you gotta right there. It's gotta be close. All right. We have 170 people watching.
Do you want coffee or anything? We got you water right there if you need it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, no.
So let's meet Nikki. Okay. All right. Before we get into it, where are you from? I don't even know where you're from originally.
Really?
Yeah, what's your story? Yeah.
What's your story? Where are you from?
Warren.
So you grew up. Where'd you go to school?
Well, I went to Christian school.
Okay.
My
stay close to that thing, Nikki.
Yeah.
I went to a Christian school, but I was born my mom had her first kid at 14 and then got pregnant with me at 16.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
So I had like a interesting upbringing. So I had my grandparents were kind of like guardian angels through that, you know.
Yeah.
So they had an apartment over in Jamestown Village.
Okay.
The first thing I remember was a drug raid and stuff. So I've been through some stuff. But then my grandparents, they raised me super Baptist, and they wanted me to go to a Baptist academy.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah. So I grew up like totally in church, but with like a mom that ended up she was like worked at a bar and a grocery store and wherever she could find. And then, like,
so were you raised by your grandparents then, or assisted?
So basically, my grandparents bought this little tiny house on the north end, and so I lived over there, and they made sure that my mom, even when she was,
dude, she's a 16-year-old mom with 2 kids.
Yeah, I mean, you're one was gone, like she gave one up for adoption.
Okay.
But so my grandparents made sure my mom always had a place to live.
Wow.
And then they lived a couple blocks over.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was always going to like vacation Bible school. And
Okay.
all those kinds of things.
So did you go to a Baptist school or academy in Warren?
Yeah. I went
Which
to
one was it?
Bethel Baptist Church and Bethany Christian Academy.
Okay.
And then they closed down and merged with Howland Christian School.
Okay.
But then I went over there and I was like the North End kid, you know.
Right.
With all the like the Christian, a little more well-to-do families. And then I did go over to Harding because I ended up kind of back and forth. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I've always been that person. Like I didn't fit in perfectly with like the super Christian people because you know, remember Footloose?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
of course.
I love dancing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and no one could spend the night at my house.
So she's at a Baptist school, not allowed to freaking dance. No dancing at the Baptist school.
Well, we did the video with the dancing lady in 2020, Luke. Remember when you filmed that?
We did the dancing lady in Poland.
Yeah.
Did you ever see her?
Yes, I love her.
She
my
is a free thinking person.
That's me too. Yeah. I go to like parks and walking, and I'm always like dancing.
Yeah. Do people recognize you when you're walking around?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's really.
Is it weird?
It is. It's normal. It's nice.
Do you ever have anybody come up to you like, I hate your guts, Niki Frenchko?
Yeah, I went to.
That'd be so.
I went to eat with my family, and we were. My daughter was dating someone from Puerto Rico, and like people came up. They would follow me around and take pictures of me and my kids, and and it was eerie. Sometimes it was eerie.
Yeah.
Or they posted a picture of my daughter pumping gas in her car. And I didn't even know my daughter's car because she just bought it, and I was like, you guys are crossing a line.
Yeah. One of the weirdest things that ever happened to me was me and my wife, we just got out of the emergency room at like midnight, and somebody recognized me as we were walking out the door, and I'm just trying to get my wife in the car, and they're like, hey Isaac, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm in the emergency room, bro. Like I'm just trying to go home. It's midnight.
The thing with
and they were nice.
Yeah.
It's like,
the thing with the kids, like you bring in people's kids, it's over the line. Like for me, because I got 3 boys and a 14, and people make little comments sometimes, and it's like you're immediately blocked. You're immediately and like keep it going. And like I've actually messaged people and be like, here's my phone number. Why don't you call me? And then they don't ever call me.
The like threats. Like, we get threats. Like I've gotten, you're gonna get what's coming to you one day. And it's like, what does that mean? Like open-ended threat. Yeah.
BJ, her mic's pretty damn close. You gotta turn it. You're soft spoken compared to us, very loud people. Can we turn it up a little bit?
Yeah, just be close to that
What's
thing.
What's your shirt say?
It's Dolly Parton.
I like it. It's so cute.
It's vote for Dolly Parton.
It's awesome.
Isaac said he was going to wear a low cut shirt and just keep telling you to eyes up.
I was going to say, Niki, eyes up here.
Eyes up here.
But so what did you? And fun fact, Niki, what did you do for a living before you got into politics? What'd you do? Where'd you work?
All the way from the beginning to the
end. Let's go beginning.
Yeah, we got an hour. You can give us.
Oh my God!
So you went to? Did you go to college?
I went to a Christian school.
Okay.
But I ended up going to Harding and getting my diploma from Harding. I joined the Army as a delayed entry program.
Okay.
Because when you were 16, you could sign up. I was actually emancipated on my 16th birthday too. Okay. So it was just interesting.
Yeah.
And so I played basketball and went to college, but my first job was at Little Caesars.
Nice.
$5
hot and ready. Big fan.
The deep dish there is my favorite.
I worked with. I remember Mimi Nanicola. Was a Warren.
Okay.
I worked with her. Then I worked at Burger King, and I worked everywhere. Everything I could do. I was a paper girl over in the north end of Warren.
Yeah.
And the first time I got to a Cleveland, I wanted to go to a Cleveland Browns game so bad.
Yeah.
And I had to sell subscriptions. And so
wow.
I won because I was like, I'm gonna go to the Cleveland Browns game.
Right. What you were a real estate agent there for a minute too, weren't you?
Yeah. So I got my bachelor's in social work.
Yeah.
And I was working in mental health for several years.
Yeah.
Then I worked with senior citizens a little bit. But what I loved, and when I was studying public administration, my favorite class, I was studying social work. My favorite class was public administration. There's a guy named Bill Benning.
Okay.
And if you guys don't remember him, he was a political correspondent.
I can't remember that name.
Amazing. He was my hero. And I came out of my shell because I was super quiet, super insecure, super shy.
Right.
And I loved it. And he wrote me a recommendation to go get my master's degree in public administration. So I ended up going for free.
There you go.
And I love that. I wanted to get my dual JD MPA, but I already had 3 kids. And it's like, what do you do? College for free or go into debt $60,000?
Yeah.
So I picked a.
So you went to college and for public administration.
My master's degree, which is, and I'm a super nerd. Like I hate politics, but I love government, the nuts and bolts of administration the right way. And so from there, I went I did an internship with the Trumbull County Planning Commission, and I loved government planning, land use. Right. And my thesis, my study was related to revitalizing the central business districts and preserving agriculture and land and everything in between. I loved it. So that was my passion.
Right.
I was working at the Planning Commission. They laid people off. And so when they laid people off, I was already kind of headhunted by CT Consultants, which was a planning and engineering firm. And they did these big grant programs. So I had several communities. They wanted me to come and work, but there was a gap. So in that gap, I got my real estate license.
There you go.
And I was also substitute school teaching. So I did everything I could do.
And you had 3 kids? You have 3 kids?
By then I had,
how many kids do you have?
4.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm pro-life.
How, what's the age gap?
21 to 31.
10 years.
10 years
That's
span.
a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids.
I've met one of your daughters through a friend, and through Akil.
Yeah.
Oh, and, oh my gosh, he's wonderful.
So my best buddy.
Oh.
So
he should have won that award for the young
young professionals.
Yeah. So he got nominated for it. We were at that event. So I'm
he got
it,
right?
He got nominated for it. So there's like 25 under 35 or whatever it is. So we're there, and your daughter, the dark-haired one,
Jada, the oldest one.
Yes,
she's 31. She looks like she's 16.
Yes,
worst problems to have.
So she's our age, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, I go up to her, introduce myself. I'm like, hi, I'm Isaac, and she's like, I'm like, oh, Keel. She's being real quiet. Like, what is that? Did I do something? Like, what is going on? And she's like, that's Niki Frenchko's daughter. I'm like, oh my God. And then she's like, I'm Niki Frenchko's daughter, introduces herself, and she's like, let's just, she said, she's so sweet. She started off with sweet. No judgment.
And this is kind of when we were kind of making videos and all this stuff.
She's like, let's go into this interaction. We don't know each other, and let's just be cool, and we'll judge each other based off of who we are and not who my mom is or who you are as a podcaster. And I was like, oh, that's fair.
She's wonderful.
I respect that.
If you're buying a Mercedes-Benz,
sells
that's
Benz.
Her.
Yeah.
So, and she just finished her MBA, and she's opened a Pilates studio too. She's just a hustler.
And then we hung out, and then she got along great with Shelby. Very similar type personality,
she wears a necklace, and on her charms she has a cross and a gun.
Nice.
She's
So
we are Republicans.
Real fast. Now, for those of you joining us. This is Niki Frenchko. You're running for the 14th district, which is north. Now listen.
It's here. It's actually Austintown, Canfield.
I thought Berlin. It was Warren.
No. Oh, they changed the districts.
Maybe I looked at an old map.
You probably honestly
it looked like it was like Warren and like straight up north.
Yeah, they just changed. They just added.
So they gave you Canfield?
They just added 6 townships in December or November.
Outdated information.
Well, it's okay. So did trade labor. They didn't realize when they were doing their endorsements that it came all the way down to Mahoning County.
No idea.
Yeah.
Let me look that up. So anyways, for those of you that
am I in on that then?
Are you
in Canfield? I'm
South
Range.
Let's look it up here.
It's the whole township of Canfield.
That would mailing. I think I'm Green Township.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, for that, let me real fast. So there are people that are like, why aren't you guys going at her?
Go.
Before we start,
you can. I'm okay.
No, we're fine.
Before we start, I have questions for her. Okay,
we're getting to know Niki.
You also have to understand. Like I said, this is the way I explained this. I was like, look, we're Italian, and people come into your house. You don't attack them. We all went back and forth. We did all this before.
It's been years of this.
It's been years of this, like years. Okay, you have to understand this. We all know you guys have some people. But you do have fans in here too, by the way, defending you.
Most of the people who don't like me don't even know me.
Yeah,
or the Democrat operatives.
Yeah,
that happens.
So you guys have to understand. We're gonna be respectful. We're gonna be nice, And then when she messes up again, we'll just go out and make another video. And she can. By the way, the one video was the best video ever. You have to admit. The video where we were in the backyard. Come on, you remember it?
I didn't see.
Yes,
the video of us in the backyard where
you called us like we couldn't have an educational
conversation.
We're gonna have to send it to you.
You saw that video
where Isaac's behind me.
I have the sword, and then I tackled the dummy.
Honestly, you guys know.
Come on,
I gotta tell
that's a classic. That's one of my favorites ever.
I'm sure it was fantastic, but I gotta let you guys know I had everyone attacking me from all angles, and I was still trying to defend my county.
Yeah.
Do my job with people.
To be fair, in the video though, we didn't attack you.
No,
it was
called hysterical.
You called us on.
We gotta send it to you. It was funny.
It was funny. We just acted uneducated. Really that's all we did.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'm sorry if I
don't apologize. It's all fair.
I think if anything, there have been a time where I don't think you guys understood something about registering as independent. And you don't actually register as independent.
No, you just don't vote in the primary.
Vote, and that's how
we figured that out.
Yeah.
Okay. And I wasn't trying to be
I'm
mean.
so happy.
I wanted to explain that.
I never did.
And I think I was smart-assy a little bit. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Swear away.
I'm a smart ass too.
I might have said something like I call myself Aunt Nikki.
Yeah. No, but No, I'm so happy. If there's one thing in my life I'm happy I've done in my adult career, it has been not voting as a Republican or a Democrat, because so many people try and pull that info. And even in your situation, like, oh no, you're a Republican, guaranteed you're a Republican. Or McDowell, when he ran, they're like, oh no, he's a Democrat.
Yeah, right.
He's independent.
Or they go back and they go back and they look, because
but they can't do that with me. So I love that. I love that.
We are true independents, because neither of us. As soon as I heard that, I think I voted Republican 20 years ago one time.
But that was call me a fence sitter, but at the end of the day, the people in the middle are needed by either party to sway the vote.
The truth is, in the general election, you can vote for whoever you want.
Right.
But if you want to help someone get through the primary across the finish line,
right,
we have open primaries, so you can switch over. And often, like, there have been times,
but you get logged as a Republican if you do that,
or
right?
you get logged as a Democrat. And sometimes, but it sucks because I live in the city of Warren, and we have no primaries often. And so if you want to vote for your council person or your mayor, sometimes you
T Dizzle just said, ugh, both of you hate each other, act like it, fight. T, get out of here. He wants us to fight. I know you guys thought this was going to be WWE wrestling, but wrestling. So all right. So when
I can see this with my glasses, whatever
I know,
is good.
It's all good.
It's good.
What So when did you get into politics? When did you decide? Why did you get into?
So back in the late '90s, I think I filed.
Okay.
Warren City Council.
Okay.
And
did you get it?
No, but I think in 2001 or one of those years, I filed at large the city of Warren. I was the only Republican on the ballot, and I lost by 0.5% in Warren,
which is a huge really, Democrat party.
Really close.
We get complaints about Warren, like the city of Warren and the way they run stuff every day.
Well, I live there still, and my family's from there, and so the reason I do well in the city in the general elections, even in the primary, it's right in Warren, not like all but the general elections I always do well. That's why I came so close in general. My family, there's still no people. Someone's like I had a grandpa, another grandpa, and a step grandpa all worked at
so Copperwell,
Van Huffel, a mailman.
Right.
They're like, which Frenchko are you related to?
Right.
I'm like, this one.
Wow.
Yeah. So you have that, and people know your name, and they're like, she's a Republican, but she's okay because she's a Frenchko, or her grandpa was at the mill or whatever.
So you didn't win that. So when was the first time you were elected? Was it commissioner?
Yeah, it was commissioner.
And what year was that?
Last 4 years ago?
It was in
5 years ago?
2020, and I was the first Republican and the only. You guys got to understand, I walked in there as the only Republican elected official in the county,
right?
And I beat their Democrat party chairman,
who was that?
Polifka.
That guy,
and I was the only woman, and I'm coming in with a master's in public administration and experience in planning from all of Ashtabula down to Jefferson over to Medina.
Why would you
they
say
hated me?
How did you stand out? How did you win? What was your marketing and during that campaign.
Was it the red wave, part of the red wave too, though? In 20,
people are saying, people will think
because it was Trump. It was 2020.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I was the only Republican who won. It was because I was who I was. Not all the Republicans were winning that year.
Okay.
We had Mike Loychuk who won, but it's because he's a former military. I'm former military.
Okay.
Both of us, we work.
Yeah.
We kick
You
ass.
could swear away.
No one's gonna stop. No one can complain about my work ethic.
Right.
Or
yeah.
We okay, we're gonna do this. We're going.
Yeah.
And so I'm all over the county. I'm at every event.
People were also tired of Pavlicka or whatever his name was too. They were tired. I think they were really tired of that guy. He'd been in there forever, right?
Same with the guy I'm running against now.
Yeah,
right.
forever.
You start to get in, and then you lose touch with the people who put you there,
Mhm.
Right.
and you're disconnected.
That happens to everybody. Almost everybody we see win something. They eventually, the higher up they go, they fade
Yes.
away from the public.
And
It's the higher they go.
And they put especially when you get higher, because it's dependent on donors,
Right.
and then they end up putting the donors ahead of their district, and that it's
Yeah.
sad, because it's called a representative to Congress from your district.
Yeah.
You represent your district, not the donors.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's what happens. The donor class,
yeah.
the billionaire pedophile class, right?
Yeah.
They're up there pulling the puppet strings. And then the puppet class, so it's the donor, billionaire,
Yeah.
pedophile class.
Right.
And then you've got the puppet class, who are the elected officials.
Yeah. Just
And then
doing whatever they want.
We're just the peon nobody people.
Yeah.
And I've had it. Like, everyone knows that I will say what needs said. I'll
Right.
push back against
You Italian? You Italian? Are you Italian?
No, everyone
Everyone
thinks
the
I'm
way
either-
she. No offense.
What's your background then?
Because here's the thing: our mom is Italian,
Yes, the same.
and it's like
AI tried to turn you
Right.
black.
the AI did try to
So
turn
did-
him black a couple
Did
times.
you see the Tribune's picture of me?
Oh, there was a. I'll show Luke. You sent it to me.
So what's your ethnic
They
background?
didn't make you. They didn't give you like racist
was-
black features.
it was
though.
just kinda
It wasn't
strange.
too bad.
The one where you're holding it in an AI video, it made you look black.
did.
It
You
immediately.
get very tan. Though.
I do. I turn brown.
Yeah.
So what's your ethnic background? Because I
Okay,
say
right.
here's why I'm saying Italian, because we are Italian and
Yeah,
outspoken. Like our
Rust
mom will say
Belt.
anything to anybody.
it's a Rust Belt Republican thing.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not.
I don't think it's black.
So what's your ethnic background?
So my stepdad, who basically raised
Okay.
me, like my stepdad
Right.
was there when my dad
Right.
was gone, like at a young age. He was Italian.
Okay.
And he was a truck driver.
So maybe she
So when
maybe she
people
picked
talk
up
about
traits
my
from
language,
there. You go.
Yeah, there's that. But then I'm also have the one half of my family is Slavic. So my Frenchko. Imagine if there was a CZ instead of a CH. So that's a Carpatho-Russian Slavic Lemko name.
So southeastern
And
Europe.
then I'm Puerto Rican also.
Oh, the
There
Puerto
it
Rican
is.
is what's
That's
going
what-
to get
There
you
it
dark.
is.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
There
And
it
so
is.
when I'm brown when I'm in the sun.
Yeah.
They say it's like the skin of the plantain. You change from yellow,
Right.
to
You get
green
super
to
dark, too,
brown.
though.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
so Isaac and I, it's hard to believe we are actually brothers.
You're olive, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
that
like-
undertone.
I am the Viking.
Yeah,
Luke is
so
Luke
we're
is the
German-
Southern
I have a
Italian.
daughter with blue eyes and blonde hair.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's I know.
German,
that too,
Italian. What else are we? Irish and Scottish. I got a lot of the
yeah.
Italian.
And
And if you had our
German,
sisters
yeah.
with us, you can see like the transition because
Yes.
but it's like he's the opposite. He's the youngest. I'm the oldest.
The
transition's
recessive
there.
genes are what matter. I couldn't believe it when I had my daughter. I have a
There's
blonde hair,
Blonde hair. That's
Yeah.
blue eyes,
crazy.
Yeah.
toe head, fair skin, translucent. Was my third child. I was in the hospital. All the other ones came out with like black hair.
Right.
Yeah.
You know the Monchi cheese? You know the
No.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Someone might remember that.
Yeah.
But my one daughter had like a full head of black hair.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you
Right.
know,
Wow.
dark black. My one little girl, literally translucent skin,
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
eyes,
So that's like us.
white toe,
Same,
toe
total
head.
opposite end.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, is this my kid? I made my husband go and check. I was like, please go and check. Did you see this one? Did you see
isn't
this
my
one actually
child.
come out?
Right.
Because I was not. I was
Right.
totally.
That's so genetics are
this
crazy,
doesn't-
aren't
this
they?
doesn't make sense. And I asked the nurses.
Yeah.
And I saw an Amish family across the hall. That
Are
was
you
more-
sure it's mine?
I swear, I had them. I had.
Right now, her daughter's really an Amish baby. We gave her the wrong one.
Right.
All right. So you get elected to commissioner. All right. You go into like you said, you're going
Hospital.
into, and I'm going to say it, an old boys
Right.
club. I
Right.
mean, big time.
Oh, it was so bad.
Big time. And immediately there is conflict. Is that fair to say?
No.
Was it immediate or no?
It wasn't immediate. There was like this immediate kind of phase where the previous guy, Frank Buda, was like being really nice to me. And Morrow they were both really nice.
So it was Morrow and Frank. Remember that the Frank guy was banging the pat. He was the one that broke
my ears are sensitive too. He broke the gavel because he would just bang it all the time. They wouldn't let me speak. But what happened was, and this is how it's when I saw it starting to deteriorate. I was there at the office, and the auditor called and spoke to a commissioner and said, "We're going to use some of that CARES Act money to build this building. We need about 800, I can't remember the exact dollar amount, this many $1,000s." And Frank Food is like, "Hey, you guys, I just want to let you know I talked to the auditor and we're going to spend money. We're going to put it on the agenda." And I was like, "What? That's a sunshine law violation. We don't talk about anything that's going to lead to a public decision."
Yeah.
And that's one. And two, where's our procurement policy? None of this needs to, that's not proper procurement to someone to give a call and say, "We're going to spend this money." That's not how it happens. So I wrote the procurement policy, and they said, "Oh, so you come in here, you think you're going to tell us how to do things?"
Right.
And I said,
conflict.
"Well,
yeah.
I absolutely am going to do things the right way, especially when it comes to violating the law."
Right.
Because we don't do that. Then it became other things. Like some of the women came into my office and they were like, do we still get do we still get our birthdays off? And I said, "Of course. Like if you have a vacation time, you get your birthday off." They said, "No, we're talking about the extras." I'm like, "What extras? What's your contract say?" "Well, our work anniversary, our birthday, we have 2 floaters the day before Thanksgiving, Palm."
So you're saying it was like an Elon Musk type deal where
I got to tell you, they were getting extra vacation days that weren't in the contract, that weren't according to law.
Right.
And they had someone just keeping private track of them. And it wasn't just the office staff, it was everyone and it was illegal. I was like, "Oh."
So I can see this. So she goes to school for public administration. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just this is what I'm hearing. Now, again, you go for school, you go in there, and all of a sudden there's possible Open Meeting Act violations, which you and I have been big proponents of, where I mean, transparency is key.
I started recording those meetings, by the way. No one did that before me.
Yeah. Which is cool. Yeah. And then it went from, and then so then you have a new person in there who's never won anything, go in, start trying to change things.
Right.
You're going to have conflict.
Of course. Especially if you're pulling back on days off and money spent, and the government employees are going to be pissed.
They were in the hiring process. So they pushed this one lady, Paulette Godfrey, the previous clerk. They pushed her out, and she was a wonderful woman. She was a Christian. She worked hard. She knew her job. She was basically the de facto county administrator. She knew everything.
Okay.
And so they pushed her out, and they were going to pull someone up. And I said, "Oh, wait a second, we need to advertise everything. We don't just give the next person in line a job. If it's a department head, they're not union. You need to make sure that we advertise externally, that we advertise internally." No one wanted to do things that way.
Right.
Then they started to say, "Oh, well, you don't like these people." And I'm like, "That's not true. I'm just saying I want to do things correctly."
Right.
That's when I came in one day early. They were having their meeting violation, because they would have a pre-meeting. It was Frank and Morrow and this other guy that would like close.
They were having a pre-meeting with the 3 commissioners?
Yeah.
Or 2 commissioners, which are technically not allowed to do because it'd be an open meeting.
They would have their pre-meeting. And I came in because I wear like flip-flops. I'm so super casual. I've never had a manicure,
Right.
So I'm walking in with my flip-flops, and I change into shoes before I go in. I prop up my phone just by chance.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask when you start recording.
Directed at the door. God just put it on my heart to do this. So I prop up my phone directing at the door. It's like, these guys are doing a meeting violation again, right?
Yeah.
And I'm changing my flip-flops to my normal shoes. And then out walks all of the staff, every single woman who worked under the commissioners, the human resources director, and 2 of the commissioners. And I heard, you can hear on the audio, you can hear them saying, "Thank you, we have our directive." And at the same time that they came out of that meeting, there was a letter of complaint about me, and it was timestamped the exact same that they exited. And that was the beginning of the end. That's when all the women and
all hell broke loose.
Yes, because and it's like, okay, well, no one knows that there is a whole conspiracy. Like, let's get her gone because she wants to do things right. There were people when I arrived at the county, people weren't even clocking in.
Yeah.
They had entire departments.
So when you see that, when you go to that meeting, so you see them walk out of that meeting and you're like, oh shit. I mean, right. You have to say, oh shit at that point. And that's when it went down.
Yeah. It went downhill.
Because, and then you get into, people complaining. And again, this is, I spitballing here. I know like the people were saying you were being abusive to them in the meeting, or not in the meeting, in the workers.
Right.
So the question then becomes, is it she's being abusive, or is she taking away things, or she's making cutbacks and they
accountability?
Don't like it?
I'm promoting accountability. I didn't get elected.
I don't know, and I'm not saying one way or another.
Yeah. This isn't us. Yeah, this is just us kind of going with your story here. I mean, we're not saying yes or no, agreeing or not agreeing.
But I ran on that. I ran because I love government, and I would watch it from the outside looking in. Pissed off because they were wasting money.
Right.
They weren't doing things correctly. Do you think I didn't try to get a job? I tried to get jobs with the MPA.
Right.
I'm like, why are they not even considering me for a position? And then I found out, I remember talking to Dan Polifka before I ran for office. He said, well, so-and-so's kid applied for that. They helped someone on a campaign.
Right.
That's how they were picking people to run our county and to work. And so I just was like, oh, hell no, we're going to do this correctly. And I took a lot of heat for that, but that's my special nerdy special interest.
After doing this for 6 years and following different government things, I'm not gonna lie, that does not surprise me at all.
Right.
Hiring friends, like that does not surprise. 100% people do that.
What's interesting is you tried to do that before it was cool to do that in government. Like
now Doge is, I was there.
Yeah.
I ran on that in the 90s about outcome measures. In fact, that's why some of the organizations don't donate to me, because I'm not a puppet. And if you're going to spend money, I want to make sure there's outcome measures.
Right.
So we would always get a contract with a particular organization.
Right.
I said, why are you guys wanting these funds? How are you converting this into, I want to see the impact, the economic impact.
Right.
What are we receiving from based on what we're giving? And they did not they'd rather have a mindless puppet in a position than someone who's going to ask for accountability.
Well, I could definitely see this turning. And then if you get fired up, and then here's I mean, do you admit you got fired up? Would you admit you?
I admit that I am passionate because it's my special thing. Like I am a
I say that all the time too. I'm very passionate.
We were actually thinking about on your way in.
That's the Italian in you.
Exactly.
We were thinking about boxing you in and putting a little heater underneath you, and so that you would come in and smash the heater, but with the window.
Wait, hold on. Let's set it up. So what happened? Let me explain it, then you can explain it, because I don't think everybody knows what you're talking about.
You guys don't even know. Not to be mean, but you don't know. Yeah.
Hold on. So let's set this up. So there was a video of
one of my favorites.
We totally got it. So somebody, and we'll let Niki.
Why did they put a glass box?
So there was a glass thing there, and there was a heater. Okay, and Niki went in this video and smashed this glass thing under the thing
because you had a heater, right? Is that what it was?
So go ahead, explain it.
Explain everything. So you guys know that I have a background in real estate, right?
Yes.
Not just a real estate agent, but I also went to appraisal school.
Oh, wow.
And I also was a HUD 203K consultant.
There you go.
You know what that is?
Yeah. Awful, terrible loan. I don't do them. I hate them.
They're a pain.
Yeah, never do them.
But I had to learn, and I also worked in housing programs. So I have done inspections, written up work specifications. I know a lot of things.
Right.
People don't realize I know a lot of things.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm a cold person. My hands are, I touch you now, they're cold. And I always keep a heater underneath my
little space.
My space,
that's fair.
Because my hands get so cold. Because the way the air works in a public building like that, it drops the cold air.
Okay.
It's 55 degree air.
Yeah.
And so my hands get so numb that I can't use my pen.
All right.
So I warm my hands up underneath there.
Okay. So you had a heater underneath the desk.
So I always do that. Denny was not comfortable with the warmth.
Okay.
So just be kind and say that.
Yeah, we'll go there. Yep.
And so as a consequence of that, he instructed the staff to put to build on to build these dividers in between. And I told, first of all, one commissioner doesn't get to tell staff to do something to make other people
there's
feel
three
uncomfortable.
there's three commissioners.
Right.
Now are you all in charge of the staff?
Oh, it was honestly, all the way they were working it was that I had a suggestion to have, since they didn't want to have a county administrator, my suggestion was to put us over each certain departments. Like I get HR in this,
right?
Or, I think that would be, if some counties do that. Like
some counties have an administrator, which would make it easier. So then that way the administrator could control it and go to you guys because there should be a barrier there. Yeah. Like, or not a barrier, not a glass barrier. That's the wrong word. There should be somebody in charge,
like checks and balances,
like a checks and balances who because if
you report to that person, they report to the
right. You need somebody in charge of that whole department because the problem is if you have three commissioners directly telling everybody what to do, there's going to be conflict.
Correct. Yeah. And I was a proponent of that because it's the most efficient way. I actually did a study, did research, put everything together.
Right.
No one in a county of our size didn't have a budget officer, budget and finance officer, or
does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. I absolutely believed in that. But at any rate, there wasn't anyone, and they built this thing. And I asked, I asked someone in maintenance to come and take it out. It was taken out 3 times. So the first time the maintenance did it.
Yeah.
And then the second time I did it, and like in the night, because I go there at night and I would always prepare.
They put it back up again.
And then he had one built like professionally. But listen, and I know.
So I want to talk about waste. That sounds like a waste.
Exactly, it was waste. And it came. You cannot have. It was a fire hazard to have it out in the aisleway. You cannot have a knee wall that extends out 36 inches from the actual aisleway. That was a building violation, a fire hazard. And I was like, you guys are just stop it. Yeah. And I didn't do anything violent. I was protecting our.
Where'd you get the hammer? Did you bring the hammer home?
She took a hammer. I cracked up because you took the hammer and smashed it.
Freaking awesome.
Like, we're not having this today. Funny. I smiled.
It was funny. It was
Bob the Builder up under there. There was nothing, but they tried to make it seem like it's something it wasn't. But you don't violate building codes, and you don't create a fire hazard because
so I didn't realize it was like 3 or 4 times, and then you were just like on your last.
Here's the people.
I wasn't mad. You can see my expression. I wasn't angry. Or
this 3-person commissioner. Here's the problem: with 3 commissioners and nobody like if you have a conflict, if it's 2 versus 1, and like it's going to be a problem. That's an issue.
The other thing that they did is they instructed the staff not to work for me, so no one was permitted to have me after. Mauro Cantalamessa signed his own resignation because you guys remember that?
I remember he resigned.
Yeah. Well, wait. My beef was that the Board of Commissioners will always just rubber stamp things, whatever was in front of them, without reading them. So one day I wrote their resignation. Frank Fuda and Mauro Cantalamessa hereby resign, and we were promising to pay the county back this much money.
You had him sign his own resignation while they were going through the stuff.
So I set it out. On the signing desk to prove with nothing behind it. Mauro was so ambitious that he signed it twice.
He signed his own. She set him up.
After I set that out there, because I wanted to make the point.
Just prove that you guys are signing.
Yeah. So after that, then they prevented our documents from being set out there because I wouldn't sign just the signature page.
You have to read it.
Yeah, that's me. And I
remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I would like to read that. And if there was a change order, I wanted to see the change order. I'm meticulous. I hate spending money, and I don't like spending taxpayer money. It's yours. It's ours.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm very careful, and I make sure that the contractors are accountable too.
Let's get into the arrest.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good one. The arrest. Is that okay? And we're going to talk about what you're doing too. We got the half hour. I don't want to just talk about the past, but I think those are the 2 big things. The arrest to us was when you and I both said,
which we were on your side.
We were 100% on your side.
And we're also, I call him Uncle Dave Beatrice now. So we're buddies with him, and he's talked about defending you. Yeah.
Let me set it real fast.
Go ahead.
So there was all this, like we're talking about, all this back and forth, all these issues, and at one point, you got arrested during a commissioner meeting.
I'm taking this off.
Yeah, go ahead. You got arrested during a commissioner meeting, which is crazy.
Oh, it's
crazy.
That's not they tried to arrest me twice before that.
So
by the way,
why during that live meeting? Explain.
They were saying you're being rowdy and disruptive.
Yeah, they said that I was disrupting a meeting, but take it back. Before that, they tried to have me arrested for, they said it was knowingly spreading a contagion because I refused to give them my medical records. So while my opponent, the guy that I'm running against in Congress, was spending almost $10 billion on COVID tracking systems, I was actually trying to make sure that people didn't have to wear masks in the building.
Right.
That there was none of this they were trying to shut down businesses, but so they did try to arrest me for not giving them my medical documents.
So what was the charge on that?
They said knowingly spreading a contagion, and I said, if you want to arrest me for that, have at it.
Old COVID days.
Yeah, COVID. It was because I wouldn't give them my medical records.
Isn't that like when you have AIDS and you go around sleeping with everybody? Don't tell them. That's the charge, right?
It was a lose-lose situation for her because they were trying to get you to hand over your records so that they could prove that you weren't vaccinated, so that they could say that you weren't spreading it. You were spreading a contagion, and then the opposite of that would be, you don't give them the records and they say you're spreading a contagion because you didn't get vaccinated, and that's why you're not showing the documents. So they're just trying to set her up.
That's what they were doing. Yeah. So all along, and then I wouldn't wear a mask, so they were trying to prevent. It was just
crazy.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. But that
classic
day,
COVID bullshit.
So the day you get arrested,
you
were kind of did you know it was coming?
Yes.
I was going to say, you seemed like you knew it was coming,
because the week before was very strange. First off, about 3 weeks before that, I saw an ordinance on the clerk's desk that said, I'm disrupting an official meeting, and I was a criminal charge. And I'm like, why does our clerk have this on her desk? Right. And so I saw that there. And then the next week, or there was a week that I was very sick and I was recovering from being sick.
Okay.
And the clerk called me and she was like, no, you're sick, Commissioner. Don't come in. And I could feel the little guilty. I'm like, I'm coming in.
Right.
Something seems strange. So when I arrived that week, there were sergeants, like high ranking,
not normal people there.
And we didn't have anyone. We didn't have security there.
Right.
And I came in deathly sick. Like I was like really bad, and they didn't arrest me, but the clerk was acting weird. I just saw that there, and there were these two guys.
Right.
I was like, something's up. Then the next week is when it went down.
And they arrested you. Why?
The reason they say, or the
reason they say. What was it?
It was the charge was disrupting an official meeting, but it was my meeting. It was the board's meeting. And
you're a leader, so you're supposed to be talking at the meeting, and they did it like on camera too. It was like a spectacle.
And they actually, they wanted headlines,
which is so wrong. Whether you agree with anything Niki says or disagree with everything Niki says, that's not okay.
No, and they called for the arrest. Frank Fuda
live on the
Frank Fuda said, "Hey, Wicks," and called him up to arrest me. And then Morrow gave a thumbs up when it was time to come arrest me. It was because I refused to apologize to the sheriff for reading a letter. So what was going on? There was a no bid contract of $500,000. It was being re-awarded without a proper bidding process.
Yeah.
And so doing, the name of the game, and I've seen it in another area of government, which was transportation. Contractors often they want the contract, and then the name of their game is to increase their profit margin by providing decreased services. So they're like, we're going to get it for $500,000, but we're going to try to
lower.
Provide,
Right.
And so people were not getting medical treatment in the jail. Some people were dying, and it was a real estate agent's son. And, where a real estate agent calls me and she's like, Niki, this is going on. I'm going to send you an email about it. And I was like, well, shit, this is a big deal because I've heard of what's going on. So I'll just read the letter and raise awareness. So I read the letter to raise awareness to try to get in
that meeting, you got arrested?
No, it was like a month before.
I was going to say it's prior to.
They were so mad about it. And this is why they don't understand. A woman in a position like that is no different than a man in a position like that. And they treated me so differently. The Sheriff Paul Monroe actually said in the letter that I violated the county's policies. I do not work for you. I work for the people.
Right.
And I am always going to stand up and advocate for them. It's not about their policy. It's about what I'm doing on behalf of the public. So I read that, refused to apologize. Paul Monroe contacted WKBN, Nadine Grimley, before I was arrested. And so that's the conspiracy
they knew.
They let him set it up and say, hey, you want to come to this meeting? You want to be there?
So she was there on her way before I was even arrested. Yeah. So that was all a setup, and it was known.
You could tell when you watched the video.
Yeah, it was like
I mean, you can tell.
Yeah.
You could tell it was 100. And then so you get thrown in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I got to ask you. You're walking down the hallway in handcuffs. What are you thinking? Oh shit! I'm in handcuffs.
I was not feeling well. I was recovering from being sick. I was dehydrated, and I'm glad they put me on a double one because I dislocated the shoulder before.
And then that case, right? You got Beatrice to represent you. You ended up winning,
by the way, is a hardcore Democrat.
Yeah, which was interesting to see.
Right. The opening opinion from Judge Calabrese in the federal court, which was a Trump appointed judge, was, here in America, we do not arrest our political opponents.
And that right there, that's what that goes back to. It goes back to and that's why, regardless of what anybody thinks of you, regardless of
any
what
of your political opinions,
you cannot have a political candidate like whoever was it Malloy and who were the other commissioners? Malloy and
Fuda
Fuda was there
at the time. Yeah.
You can't have people arrested. Like, you can't do it.
They just work together to eliminate you.
You could have in Mahoney County, you could have Gino and freaking, or arrest Carol Rietti. Like, it's crazy.
The Dems could work together to arrest the Republicans.
The intention there is to intimidate anyone from disagreeing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the public, if we're going to do this to her, then you guys better behave and act right. And I will never. Oh, they can't, if they can't run you,
right?
Then they have no use for you. And you guys know you have that similar personality.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's jump to run this election. And why did, for those that don't know, why did the Only Frenchko page become a thing?
No, wait. Before we get into Only Frenchko, because that's gonna get. I could ask.
You want to know why I ran? I mean, come on.
Yeah, why did you run, and why did you not run against Denny? I was literally at home saying prayers. Please let Niki run against Denny so we could talk about it for 6 months, because it would be
so easily, because there was two guys there that are beating each other up from the
Did I hit something?
From the
we're good. Sorry.
Same community, and I had a lot of people wanting me to. But the reason I ran, I could have come back. If I would have come back and run against Denny, it would have been purely to get back at him.
100%.
And that's it. I'm not about that. Like I wanted that so much. I needed it. My purpose. The reason I'm running for this office, what motivated me to file, was our hospital. Our hospital's closed down. I see it every day. And the way it happened, I'm a Republican, but I don't agree with vulture capitalism, which is what caused the destruction of our steel mill industry. We had that in 1977 with Black Monday, and that's exactly what the private equity firms did in our healthcare. We need to get them the hell out of it. And no one did anything. No one showed up for us. And it's the scheme. You know what that is. And for anyone following that doesn't understand, I want to say what happens. So private equity firms will go in. They will buy a distressed business.
Yep.
In this case, it was Steward Health Hospitals. So it was Cerberus who was in control. That was the firm. They bought up the Steward Health Hospitals. There were like 7 of them in our group up here regionally. And then they immediately stripped the assets. And the assets that they sucked was the real estate. So the real estate got sold into a real estate investment trust. Okay. They stripped out, I think it was $300 million, right? Yikes. And then they saddle the business then with debt.
Yeah.
And then walk away. That's the scheme. It is not mismanagement on accident because of healthcare reimbursements. It was an actual duplicitous scheme in order to destroy our healthcare system and our area and across the country. It's not just happening in Trumbull at Trumbull Memorial Hospital, Hillside, North Side. It's happening across our country. And they had Senate hearings about it. And I want to be there to push back. I actually put together a Community Hospital Stabilization Act. I wrote an op-ed. I hope the Tribune actually published it.
Right.
But that is why I'm running. And then when I filed and I was circulating, I had my experience with Dave Joyce before. He came to our reorganizational meeting, and I'm very pro-gun, and I love your video you made, by the way.
Oh, where you accidentally shoot the helicopter down?
That was someone showed me that. I was like, this is good. This is good. So I go to a reorganizational meeting in 2022. Dave Joyce is there. At the time, he doesn't represent Southern Trumbull County. But I asked him, I said, Congressman, is there a reason that you wrote a letter to Biden and offered to enact more gun control with the Democrats. Did you sign that on purpose, or did one of your aides do that? Like, who told you that was a good idea? Aren't you still a Republican?
Right.
And he started to explain about deinstitutionalization. They say mansplaining. He started saying, oh, well, you don't understand this. I'm like, wait, one, I'm a licensed social worker. I worked in mental health, so you don't have to tell me about that.
Right.
And two, I'm a gun person, and I do understand that. Look, let me just tell you, if you've ever had a difficult marriage or a loss of a loved one, and you go to marriage counseling or any kind of counseling at all, in order to bill, you have to have an Axis 1 DSM diagnosis. No one should have any access to our medical records, not the government.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And so I started to have a conversation with him. He patted me on the arm like I was a little girl.
Yeah,
and he said, you know what? I'll debate this with you one day if you decide to run against me.
Oh boy.
Here I am, Dave.
Yeah, right.
Bring it. So yesterday I just got rated AQ with the Ohio gun owners. I've applied for an NRA endorsement, and he enacted legislation as a Republican.
Yeah, against it.
His legislation was to create more red flag laws. States across our country are got paid to enact red flag laws, which interferes with due process.
Yeah.
And here's an example of that interference with due process and the red flag laws do. So we remember, I don't know if you know, I broke my back when I was an elected official.
No.
Oh God, I had COVID double lung pneumonia, broke my back. Damn. I was on crutches. I was not even supposed to be walking for 12 weeks, but I would still hobble in there.
Right.
Because the news wasn't very kind to me. So I went, and the one woman, that clerk, turned around and she filed that protection order and made that big thing.
Right.
And Dave Beatrice Rivers, that was found to be nothing, was dismissed. But in the interim, in that month or two, I had to give up my gun license.
Yeah.
And that's an interruption of due process.
Why did you have to give it?
Because that's what these red flag laws in essence do, is they say, okay, well, if someone's going to have a one-sided hearing against someone, and it's found based on a one-sided hearing, which is not the full due process, then if
really?
The judge, yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
So because of records, they found records.
She filed for a protection order,
right,
with one side saying that I ripped the phone out of a wall. All this stuff.
So you're a red flag.
I was on crutches.
Wow.
I was literally that's the office ladies, the one who I didn't want to have the promotion.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think she was the most qualified.
Right.
Went and did this. And so I just want people to understand these red flag laws, they are not good. They interrupt due process. There are arguments on both sides of them. But I just want people to better understand that at any rate, the Republicans aren't the ones who should be voting for them ever. Yeah. If someone wants to switch, David Joyce might be a great congressman as a Democrat, but not as a Republican.
And this goes where I'm new. Like, I have some left traits and some right traits. Me being a hunter, me being an outdoorsman, that's always been that is always my Republican thing. It's like I'm sure people are gonna go nuts. But guns don't kill people. People kill people.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I've always been my
not
stance.
Necessarily.
Yep. Yes.
I think I'm going to push back a little bit. I think it depends on the topic of conversation. I don't care if it's a Republican or Democrat. I care more about each topic individually.
Yes. Yep.
And if you agree or have common sense understanding of the topic.
Right.
And like, if it's guns, okay. I don't necessarily not disagree with red flags if they make sense. I think it's a mental health issue, not a gun issue.
It's got to make sense.
So if there are mental health issues in somebody, no, I don't think they should be getting guns, and I think we should be more strict in that.
Do you believe in a background check for guns?
I believe in open carry. I believe here's my belief. I don't believe the federal government has any business dealing with registration of American citizens' guns.
Okay.
Because the whole reason for the Constitution, the Second Amendment, is to protect against a tyrannical government, that being the federal government.
Right.
So they have absolutely no business.
So the federal, no. Okay.
Federal, no. I don't believe anything.
State by state, it should probably be.
I think you should have I think there should be a general background check, not a record of who owns a gun and who doesn't, but you should at least, you can't have somebody getting out of prison with a freaking assault charge buying a gun.
Then that's up to the state.
I think you should be able to get those weapons, but I think there should be more licensing and levels to the system in order to get those weapons.
Depending on
so that you don't necessarily stop good people from getting guns.
Yes,
but it should be hard to get a freaking rocket launcher. It shouldn't be easy to get a rocket launcher.
Those are actually really fun to fire.
I'm sure. I mean,
I would shoot a rocket launcher if I had one.
And I want people to be able to. I want people to be able to get a rocket launcher, but they should take classes and be educated on how to properly use a rocket launcher.
I went to onlyfrenchko.com.
Right.
I did not get a subscription.
Oh, wait, you can click on that. I gave you the unlocked version. You saw it, right?
Oh, no.
Yes, I gave it to you.
That's okay. It's okay. That's okay. I didn't know we got it. We got freaking free access to OnlyFrenchko.
I thought you were going to open it.
Well, I pulled up your first thing, and I'm going to ask you. We got like 15 minutes left, okay? And
time flies.
It does. It does. It always goes fast. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some rapid questions on how you're going to do this stuff. Okay.
I'm excited. I don't even know what this is. I'm excited.
Hang on a second. I want you to see this, though. I
got to see it.
I really want you
and I don't care what you say about Niki, you like her or not. The move to do onlyfrenchko.com was freaking genius.
It came after what? He said
it was when Malloy was on our show and said, oh, there it is. You've unlocked the truth. Now see just Dave stripped down. I don't want to go to just Dave. Strip away the branding and talking points, and just Dave looks nothing like the Republican prince to be. Oh no. So you're going at him being
not a Republican.
Not a Republican. Donate today. Look at
all the
22 trillion. Just Dave Joyce.
Violating the Stock Act.
Oh, the Stock
Act. All
this
stuff is true.
It's good. Did people when you posted that, did a lot of people subscribe or unlock, or how'd it work?
Not as many people unlocked it, but we had like 10,000 people.
I bet, yeah.
Within the first couple days.
All right, let me ask you some questions.
But this is important. I'm actually going to unlock the page
so people can see it
soon. Yeah. Okay. So when early voting starts, which is coming up soon, I want to make sure people have an opportunity to.
Did you think of doing that?
Yes.
That was good. I'm telling you, that was good. That was something we would do.
It was a good marketing.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And it's gotten so much attention now. Your opponent has to be pissed that you're getting so much attention.
You know, the people after me, they did the same thing to Melania Trump. It's like the Democrats. If it's a Democrat woman doing, there's actually a Democrat congressional candidate who did an Only page, like nudity and everything to raise money, but it was woman empowerment. I
gotta do some other
it's women empowerment.
Yeah. Right,
I did nothing like that. There's no nudity, and I got detractors. Actually, a Democrat guy wrote a letter to the editor saying that I was pornography. Nothing like that at all. And those are the Democrat options.
It's a play on words. It was nothing more than a play on words.
Right, and they go after Melania Trump, beautiful woman, great mother, risque pictures. So what? Why do they come after the Republican women?
Yeah,
you know, they don't go after their own. But
there's
if you're
a joke in there somewhere, I'm not going to say.
Okay,
with the liberal women, I'm not going to say it though.
Go ahead.
Huh? No.
The appearance, you mean?
Yeah, you don't get it. I'm not saying.
I think I might be following. We're tracking you.
Abolishing taxes. You are pro, or
I do. I disagree with property taxes. I don't think that you should have property taxes. You're renting from the government. How long? Like forever? You know.
So how would it be covered then? Let's say taxes get abolished. How would you're going to lose funding? I know what she's going to say. Cutbacks, right? Because you cutbacks. Like how would you cover the shortfall?
Okay, so this is not a federal government thing.
Yep.
But it's something that I support, and my opponent does not.
Okay.
So I have to look for wedge issues.
Right.
Sometimes.
So what would you say? So they abolish it.
The biggest problem is the school funding, and for decades they were supposed to address the school funding. And what do? We watch our Republicans. Look, the establishment Republicans, the ORP pick establishment Republicans, DeWine, and all those people who I want to use inappropriate terminology here.
Right.
I need to censor myself.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
But
say whatever you want.
It's terrible because they just support each other and they grow government. Nothing that they do is efficient. They just keep on more commissions, more this, more that. and they need to be cutting back the size of government. They're no longer Republicans. Republicans used to be this fiscally conservative party. Now they're not.
Right.
And so they keep on kicking the can relative to the school funding matter, and they should stop spending, chuck their own. And
how would you pay for it though if you cut property? That's always my question. It's like, so if I come in and
what's the new plan?
What's the new plan? Like, what do you do to, are you sales tax, income tax? Like, what do you do?
I am not. Look, I am. I don't want to say what I would do, but I think that because I'm not a state official, but I think they need to be looking at regionalizing the school districts. That's something that they've been saying for decades.
What was my school? It was I made a poll
South Range, Canfield, Western Reserve,
and I said Poland, Lowville, Springfield school system. There are a lot of schools. Like Florida has like 79. Exactly. Yeah, and I agree with it. And there's 618
exactly.
in Ohio.
It's about efficiency, but no one in state government wants to make tough decisions, because tough decisions are what make you lose voters.
Right.
And so we piss off this group and this group and this group, and then no, we can't get elected. Who cares? You do what you're supposed to do when you're there during that term, and shut up.
AI next one. AI data centers. You use AI. Come on. AI data centers.
That pig.
That was Bigfoot.
I told you guys
that was totally AI though.
No, you guys really. I did that.
I never use AI.
That was AI.
I have the picture. I did that in Canva. The background picture was taken from my friend's farm who spotted Bigfoot.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
That the background picture. I'll give you the background picture.
Did you Google Sasquatch
everything else?
And put them in there.
Everything. No. But I'm saying everything else I did. You're talking about the banners, the writing.
It's all on Canva.
It was in Canva.
I use it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I use AI for everything.
It looks like AI though. It looks like the same like.
I could show you my Canva. I'll show you my Canva.
Okay.
So you don't want AI data centers though?
There are concerns about the AI data centers, but there are concerns on both sides of that. We've got President Trump who's saying he's trying to advance it quickly, saying it's a race with China. But the reality is people in our area, in our district, are concerned about it. It affects not just the water, the availability, the amount of it, but the quality of the water, our electric, and there are other things like sound nuisance.
Going to we've talked about that before.
Now that's going to affect real estate.
Yeah.
If you watch what's going on in Wisconsin right now, there are areas where they can't sell their houses or their farms because they're near there.
Because of the hum, because of the motors.
It carries 3 miles.
Yeah.
Guys, it carries 3 miles.
That's crazy.
And so if they're going to do these things, they're going to have to consider everything and the impact on the housing market.
So I guess it's like if you do it, you have to do the preventative.
You might have to. They're going to have to slow it down, put the brakes on, look at zoning, consider what the constituents want. And there's also some things that they do to like sound barriers. And sometimes, I talk to trade labor, they're proposing doing them with self-sustaining cells for the electric so that it's their self-sustaining water.
Right.
And then there's also the concern about the agenda. And I asked these guys, like, you guys know that once these are here, you might not have a need to run your equipment. You might be taking away the job from your children with these too.
Right.
So there's so many things. We can't just look at anything in a vacuum because it affects so many different.
There's nuance and everything.
I'm not gonna lie. I love AI. I love AI. I love ChatGPT. I love it.
But do you want to hear it humming outside your?
I don't.
But there's a way. It's just the same thing as like the stupid solar panels in Green Township. There's a way to do it.
You got to
regulate it correctly and make sure that
it's got to be regulated.
Yeah, but I don't like people saying. I don't like the government saying we cannot do this. Absolutely not. And you're not allowed to do this on your property.
You would like that though if you're hearing a hum next to you though.
Right. But it's the same thing as the solar panels. Let the farmers put solar panels on their property. But if it goes into disrepair or it's unhealthy and you have to put up barriers, you have to make it look nice. But no, the farmers were still, all of the people out in Green Township were still like, no, it doesn't matter. We don't want them. And Mahoning County swept in and was like, no, we're not doing it. I don't like the government telling you what you can and can't do on your own property.
I agree with you.
Just put rules in place to make sure it's done correctly.
We have to think about what happened with the brownfields though. And everything we do in making decisions now affects the future generations. And that is public administration ethics 101 is we have to consider the impact on future generations. Of
course,
the debt associated with it. We've been cleaning up brownfields. How many years have they been doing that? We have to consider remediation,
right,
and like the disposal of solar panels, and then they're talking already about the data centers putting funds aside for if things go sideways, because we've seen that the change in ownership,
that's
the business strategies, and then the local governments are never going to be able to compete if they have to go to court against someone who's making billions of dollars. What's the local government going to do? Sue them?
Yeah,
you know, you really have to think all these things out.
Yeah, of course. Think it all through, but sweeping declarations of telling people what they can and can't do on their own property.
Talking about, I'm just trying to fire out things right now because talking about banning people from doing things. Niki has on here, supports banning members of Congress from trading stocks.
Let's go. Term limits, and no more investing.
Isaac is out of it. I knew you were going to like that one.
Yeah.
I can tell you a little story about Dave Joyce. Okay, so have you ever heard of carbon sequestration?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, that means you take the CO2 out of the air and then you bury it in the ground, like some weird cow fart stuff.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
it would be a counter to what would be oh my god, the heating of the atmosphere.
Gotcha.
Global warming. Oh my god.
So he's our pretend Republican in Congress, and he's working with the liberals in order to sponsor federal government funded studies in that field.
Okay.
Then he invests in the company that gets the contract. Okay. That stuff and then makes money.
Yeah. That's bonkers to me.
And he's violated the Stock Act over 100 times. Crazy. And that's where you're supposed to report your trades within 45 days.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't do it.
Doesn't do it.
And they don't even release.
And he's on the ethics commission.
Yeah. So these guys, they pass a law that is going to impact an industry.
Right.
They then invest in it.
Using our tax money.
Using the money that we're giving them to invest in it. Then they pass a law and then the stock goes through the roof. The other thing that's absolute bullshit is that they can do that. And then there's a 45-day delay in knowing the trades that they're making.
Yeah.
So not even the public isn't even legally allowed to match their trades.
What they're doing.
How do we not have the technology to know day of what they're investing?
I agree with that. Yeah.
That is, so I'm not even allowed to make money knowing exactly what they're trading.
Wonder why they have a 45-day wait.
So that the people can't make friggin' money off of it. Because they were copying Nancy Pelosi's trades exactly on Twitter. And then they were getting removed from freaking Twitter for matching her trades. I'm so tired of these national politicians
because I knew
investing in the stock market. Term limits so that they can't make money off the stock market, and remove the industry's influence over the people passing these laws. It's so frustrating. You want to riot in the streets? You want to know King's Day?
Let him go. Look at his veins in his arm. Look at, he's getting all bad.
That's how you stop the kings that is the industry from influencing our stupid politicians. Stop the age limits, term limits. No more investing in the stock market.
That pisses people off, and it's
so frustrating. I hate that.
Since he's been elected, Dave Joyce has become one of the wealthiest Congress people, almost with Nancy Pelosi, because of his activity doing exactly.
And it's not, and I'm not sitting here saying it's just Nancy Pelosi. You can look up the top 10.
He's in there.
Best politicians at investing in the stock market, and they're like 20 times better than Warren goddamn Buffett.
Hold
on.
Bullshit. My turn now. Hey, Joe. Joe says this episode has been a giant nothing burger when it comes to asking anything controversial. It's been straight up softballs of questions you'll both agree with. Sorry, guys, but this is Ass Kissing Fest. It's not an Ass Kissing Fest, Joe. I told all of you before she got here, I told you after she got here that we were going to be nice. She is a guest in our studio. I'm not going to come in here and talk about family stuff and personal stuff and all this shit.
What do you want me to do? There's comments in there saying, is she a Zionist? How do you feel about Israel, Niki?
So you would invite someone into your house and ask them that kind of shit? We told you guys we weren't going to do this. We're going to be respectful. This is the way we were raised.
How do you feel about Israel, Niki?
How do I feel?
Are you a Zionist?
I have to say that I believe we should have allies, but at the same time, I don't believe we should be spending $18 billion a year to give to other outside countries.
Correct.
When look, if we're going to give money to a country where they have free education and free healthcare, and they're giving stipends to every person who has a child, and my daughters, our kids, we still have homeless veterans from the last conflict. I just generally don't believe it's not monopoly money, and it's not some avatar on Call of Duty. These are human beings. These are someone's family members, and I we can have allies, but at the same time, we need to put America first, in the true sense of putting America first, meaning not like my opponent funded aid to refugees. I'm like, what are we doing? This is not America first. I believe that. There you go. So
there you go. I appreciate
allies
that.
Are good.
Sorry, Joe. I just
funding.
I appreciate you guys addressing my question. sorry, Joe. I kind of snapped at poor Joe there, but
no,
it's just like Joe. It's just you got to watch. You got to watch it. It's like these comments, and I'm reading some of these comments. Just like, guys, we told you guys we're not going to talk about like personal stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, just again, Mama raised us way better than that.
Yeah, and whether or not we agree with Niki on some things and disagree with Niki on some things. Like that's fine.
But I'm the kind of person who it doesn't matter if you can like me or not like me, agree with me or disagree with me, you will always know who I am. And I will always be available.
How we are.
If you can talk to me at any time, I'm not going to hide from my constituents. And I don't mind if people don't like me because I'm always going to be honest.
I have another question.
T Dizzle says she's not a guest in your house. She's the devil. What are you? That's gotta be a joke. That's gotta be a joke. Come on,
she's
man.
Not big. You should get that on a T-shirt.
That's
she's the devil. That's the I have one more question for you.
Naked Niki, the
Facebook.
Demon.
Facebook. Open Meetings Act. If you get elected, you're gonna unblock people. You're not allowed to block people as an elected official on your page.
People were commenting that you haven't blocked.
You're not allowed to block people.
I am not an elected official.
When you are
not an official page. This is a campaign. There's a difference between a campaign.
So when you get elected, you start at a regular page. You can't block.
But if you're sharing from a personal page, if you're sharing campaign information,
she never blocked us. By the way, you know that she never blocked us.
But you're not allowed to block people if you're sharing campaign information and all that stuff from your personal page.
I'm sure she knows that.
Once you get elected, though, I don't think it's now. I think you're good
right now as a candidate. You can block anybody you want.
Sometimes, and there have been people who have been threatening.
Yeah,
I've got some of these.
And
people
I think
who
you're
are
allowed
not
to
normal.
block that if you are like there's a line.
There is if what they're doing is threatening or intimidating, like
and it's like
it's a little weird sometimes.
Like we talked about earlier, the soft like open-ended threats. I can't do that either. Like you're gonna get what's coming to you. Like what does that mean?
They're veiled. It's eerie. It's eerie.
So creepy, and I can't do that either.
We get that a lot
all the time.
All the time you're going to get what's coming. People say your kids are going to get what's coming.
Yeah,
what?
Like, get the
oh my
fuck
god!
Out
yeah,
of
see
here,
this. Someone. I literally blocked someone the other day because they started saying something like, "I hope this happens to your children." And I was like, "Whoa!"
The Ursuline people absolutely hate us because we were covering the whole Ursuline thing, and like there are parents that are literally saying your kids are gonna F up and I'm gonna be there for it. It's like
I'm gonna be the first one standing on the hill saying it's your kid. Like
screw you.
Oftentimes when people don't like you, it's because you possess a quality that they don't have in themselves.
Yeah.
And so you guys are vocal.
Yeah.
You're bold.
It does.
And then the passive, the people that you irritate, your light irritates their darkness and their fear.
I think it has a lot to do with them not understanding. People fear what they don't understand.
Yes.
So they don't get it. They don't get why it works. They don't get why we're having this podcast. They don't get why you can start Only Frenchko and it takes off and gets all kinds of attention. They don't understand it. And then they're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. And they just get pissed.
Why are people talking? You had a text last night. Did you have a text last?
Oh my God, that was funny.
Did you have it?
Who did I send it to?
You sent it to Isaac.
Oh yeah, that was me.
She got it. Listen, you guys got it. We're gonna read this text she got.
Oh yeah.
And I was almost wondering.
Sometimes it comes from your Gmail, and then other times it comes from your text to me.
I don't know.
Why does that happen?
I talk to text often.
I have kind of.
Yeah, it's really strange.
Read the text message. I have it if you don't have it.
I have it.
So funny.
So this is from a random. Are we allowed to talk about this?
I don't care.
Okay. So this is from a random number to Niki last night.
I was in Geauga County.
She was in Geauga County driving home, and she's texted me this. Please reconsider going on the show tomorrow. Have intel stating that they may be plotting to mortify you and try to hurt your campaign. They may be being paid by characters who have been against you. Had to let you know before the day came. And I responded back to Niki, I really wish. I really wish they would pay us a good amount of money.
We would like to say, if we ever have Niki on and you want us to go at her, you pay us money, we'll do it.
You pay me $100K.
I'll still come.
Listen.
It's like
the politicians,
a local business.
The politicians shouldn't be allowed to be corrupt, but you want to pay me $100K?
I'll say whatever you want.
Niki, we're gonna have a conversation before we go live, and I'm gonna say, listen, I'm being paid $100,000 to talk shit.
I'll tell you,
I'm gonna talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get like if you want 200,000, I'll put a thing.
I'll say whatever you want.
Whatever you want me to say.
No, but we're not being paid by who does like. No, I'm not being paid.
I wonder.
Bash Niki.
I wonder.
APAC might call.
Yeah, I wonder if that's somebody.
I'll sell out.
I'm wondering if that's somebody who is against her,
trying to get her to not come on,
trying to get you to not come on for attention. Like that was weird.
I thought also you guys gave me the opportunity. Someone said you can go after Denny. And it could be, I thought maybe it's someone who supports Denny who thought I would come in and do that.
I don't know.
Because I wasn't I just didn't know.
Yeah,
but I'm here staying in my lane just to talk about it.
And then I sent you, after joking, I sent you, for the record, the MLO Bros are not paid by any type of political figure, nor have we ever been for any reason whatsoever.
However, we are open to it.
Yeah.
The price is right.
It's gonna be.
I will sell out.
And I also said they don't have enough money to pay us what is required to get us to shut up. Like, I'll take $500,000.
$500,000. You will never see this podcast ever again.
I'll retire from podcasting. You send me $500,000. Airpacks. Send me $500,000.
Let's wrap this up, Joey. I got stuff to do today. We're busy.
Yeah, but thanks, Niki, for coming on. We appreciate you. Thank you to all of our sponsors, which are businesses and not politicians. For the record, also
Menchie's is backed by hardcore politicians.
Is like, I hate Niki Frenchko. Go in there and talk shit. No, that's not the case.
Who are your sponsors?
We have Sonner Wildlife Solutions.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
he's went to my house a couple times.
He said that.
Also, Car Culture in Warren. You got
real fast.
Simmons
Ben
Water.
Says the MLO Bros. You probably lost viewers because you guys didn't drill. I don't care. Don't watch us.
You want to come back and play hardball?
I mean, seriously. I mean, that's great. Like we're going to be respectful. You guys don't have to watch us. We've said that. I don't care. Don't watch us.
And then Menchie's, Sonner,
T-Dizzle
Car Culture.
T-Dizzle just said, the one that called her a devil said, tell her not to forget her pitchfork.
She's on there.
Sorry, that was funny.
BJ, which sponsors you're watching in the back? Which sponsors am I forgetting?
If you have them, you know you're doing something right.
That was a good one.
I laugh when I see the stuff about me. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
I laugh. Like
the one where Bigfoot called you a dirty powder.
I love that. I was sharing it with my friends and family. I was like, this is
symbolic.
Awesome.
Very fair to
Simmons Water.
These idiots. I thought it was substantial. That's what we were trying to get. Like, you didn't lose viewers. You gained her some voters. You didn't lose users. You didn't get Shilltown Farms. Yeah, Shilltown Farms.
Shilltown Farms. You want us to start talking?
Yeah,
you better fork over some money.
Fork over some cash, Shilltown. Yeah. You want us to talk about you. That's
but thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. Thank you, Niki, for being here.
Dennis Zaleski wants to go to the 80s prom.
Just so you know,
I went to 90s prom in Austin Town.
There you go.
We are loan officers. We are real estate agents. If you need to buy a house, you need to sell a house, refinance, we will happily help you out in any of those things.
Tell me about HELOC.
What do you want?
What are your rates?
On HELOCs, Luke, you would know HELOCs.
Depends on your loan to value credit score. I mean, you're 6.5 to 8. You do a 30-year fixed, it's higher. I mean, there's so many variables.
A HELOC isn't a cash out refi. A HELOC is a second mortgage on your property.
You could do a cash out refi.
You could do a cash out refi,
and those rates are 6.5 to 7. Depends on your credit score. You got shitty credit score.
And we're not allowed to quote anything here, so you have to fill out an app to get all of the details in the system in order for us to quote.
Shilltown Farms said we did get free meat. That was kind of payment.
I asked you, I think I sent a text a while asking about those rates. And then someone just mentioned today to me about buying, because people still talk to me about real estate.
Yeah.
And I say, if you go with a mortgage broker, which is what you guys do, you can actually find out more about the products.
Yep.
So 100%. You'll find a product that works.
Yeah. We have like 50 different lenders we work with. Yeah.
It's like basically finding someone to shop around for your insurance.
You're like fishing and you have all of these different lenders or the fish and you say, hey, here's the bait. Whoever gets me the lowest rate or the best product for my client.
I'd be comfortable saying 0.5% lower than banks.
Yeah.
Same cost. I mean, I'd be comfortable saying that. I might find a weird thing, but all right. Well,
it
thanks a lot.
You to compete.
I gotta go. I really have to go.
Same.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Niki, for coming. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back Friday with Jeremy from the Youngstown Pizza Reviews, who everybody hates in Warren right now, and we don't really like him either. And that's going to be a grilling. Friday with Jeremy, we're going to grill him. We're going at him hard.
Has he done Renato's?
I can't stand Jeremy.
Has he done Renato's pizza and Niles?
He's done like 100 of them.
So
we're going to go at this freaking fool. Where are you going, Isaac? All right, we'll see you guys all later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube